Namaste. My name is Ravi and I welcome all seekers of truth on this beautiful, great path of enlightenment. Today I will begin my talks with a beautiful story from the life of Jesus. A very important character of this story is Zacchaeus. Jesus is speaking to his students under a very giant tree, inspiring his students, inspiring people, the spectators on the path of self realization. People are listening very carefully. Students of Jesus are there too, they are also listening the master very carefully. But there is a difference. You can listen someone and you can still miss. That is why in the path of enlightenment, listening is not considered at all very important. Because listening means you are missing the message. We all are very habitual of listening. We listen every day. We listen news. We listen our mother, our father. We listen televisions. We listen our wife, our children, our husband, our partners. We listen. Listening we are doing, but listening is not entering into your heart. Listening is not touching your heart. Listening means a repetition to make you do something. Like when you continuously listen advertisements on the television, actually you are not at all interested in the advertisement, but advertisers, they understand the human psychology, and on the basis of it they came to a conclusion that if a human listen the propaganda continuously without even any interest, somehow it will affect his choices, somehow it will affect his decision making. On the televisions of Australia, they are now advertising the lotto, and we know the lottery is not very good. It ruined so many people's life. But what they're doing a propaganda that oh, if you buy this lottery, the percentage of the profit which the lottery company makes, it goes for the welfare of animals. So they are justifying that your habit of gambling is somehow supporting the animals, so you should not think that it is not good. So it affects, when you listen this continuously, when you listen this, then those people who even thinking of come out of the addiction of gambling, they will also feel that, oh, this, it will give them another excuse that, oh, gambling is good because the part of the profit goes to the animal welfare, so I will keep buying. I don't have to think now twice before buying the lottery or gambling. Insurance is propaganda. Insurance companies, they make you scared that what will happen if you die, what will happen to your children, to your husband, to your wife. So continuously it creates a fear, and that is the purpose of propaganda, to create a fear, to create a ignorance in the people. So it will affect their decision making, it will affect their ability to understand. So listening is there so that whether you want it, whether you don't want it, when you listen something, it will affect your decision making. That is why in the tradition of master and disciple, listening is not important. The focus is on drinking. Drink. Because if you drink, it means you have completely embraced, you have completely grasped the essence with your full awareness. Listening means when you are not aware. Listening means when you are somewhere else, but you are here, and something is coming to your ears and you have no control, you can't close it to come to your ears, you can't stop it. So listening is something which you are doing without any continuous effort. You're not doing any effort for that. It is just coming to your ears and you are listening it. And drinking means when you are reached to the state where words are entering into your ears, but they are not limited to the ears, they are not limited to your intelligence, they enter in the more depth of your subconscious and even the unconscious level of your mind, which is the sleeping levels of your mind. Those levels are hardly awakened. Listening only reaches to the conscious level of your mind. Only the conscious level is affected by the listening. But when the words you start drink, then words start making greater impact, and they reach to the subconscious and unconscious level of your mind, which previously are sleeping. So those levels can also start vibrating. There are many people around Jesus on that day, and they are listening. They're looking at the master and they are listening. Now, listening doesn't means that something is bringing any positive change in your life, because you can listen a pornography movie, but that doesn't bringing any creative change in your life. It is not bringing any creativity in your life. You can listen someone is speaking bad about someone else, which generally people do when they meet, they talk about bad about someone else. Two people, they talk bad about third person. So it is not bringing any creativity in your life. It will bringing more mundane happiness in your life, because you feel happy when you criticize someone behind their back. It gives you some kind of joy, because you don't like that person and now you are speaking bad about them, and you want other person also to justify it, that, oh yeah, you are right, because that person is actually a bad person. So it is not bringing any creativity in your life. So listening doesn't means whether you're doing it voluntarily, whether you're doing it non-voluntarily. It doesn't means it will bring any positive creativity in your life. And most of the time it will bring only the misery in your life, because you would love to hear about something you are interested in, even though that thing is not serving you, even that thing is not helping your stress, is not helping you to come out of your stress and anxiety. So merely listening is not at all of any value in itself. More than listening is required, especially in the path of enlightenment, in the path of sadhana. You have to enter more than the listening state. Then what is the next state? Next state is the drinking. Now drinking also you can't just do by yourself. It is not like you just sit in front of someone and you are listening their words and you are making it so that you can drink those words. No, drinking comes from a very deep state of understanding that the way of life I am living is not serving me. First of all, to understand it clearly, that this way of life which I am living is not serving me. So now this way of life should be changed. I can't continuously live like this. So this is the basic requirement when you can drink a master. If you are happy with your mundane life, if you are happy with your mundane materialistic life, you know, if you have made compromise with this mundane happiness, then you can just listen to the masters. Then you can listen to the spiritual um, gurus, spiritual people. Then you can listen to them, because you are just want to complement your miserable life with some kind of wisdom. So you are complementing your miserable life, your life which is miserable. You want to just complement it, because still the life is not reached to that state where you are sick of it, you know. So you want to bring some spirituality, some religion into that miserable life, so that it will not be that miserable. But the path of enlightenment means that now this path will not serve your mundane lifestyle which you have lived till now, till the age of 30, 40, 50, whatever you have lived your life. No more, you don't want to continue that way. This is the basic requirement when you can drink a master. Zacchaeus is walking past and he saw this crowd gathered, and some words are coming into his ears. Master is speaking, Jesus is speaking there. The people around him is listening to Jesus, but unknowingly Zacchaeus start drinking those words. Zacchaeus is a man of short height, so he can't see. He want to see the face of Master. There is a tree under which Jesus is speaking with his students and the crowd. So Zacchaeus start climbing the tree, and he reached to a branch, and he lays hold the branch, lays down on the branch, and looked first time the master. Jesus is speaking. Everyone is listening, but Zacchaeus is drinking. First time he listened, the master. First time he saw the master. A great change is happening somewhere in his subconscious and unconscious levels of mind. Although Zacchaeus is a very, very heartless man, he born into the family of aristocrats, very rich family. Whole his life he lived in great material luxury. Somehow that's why he understands the futility. He understands the futility of materials, because somehow inside he is not happy. Somehow inside he is in great sorrow. He collect taxes from the people, the interest. He is a financer, so collect interest from people. He is a heartless man. He went to the woman and asked her to pay the tax, to pay the interest. Woman said, my husband is sick. Zacchaeus, don't ask me interest or tax for this month. Zacchaeus said, that is not possible. Sell your house, sell whatever you belong, whatever belongings you have, but you have to pay the taxes. Old woman said that my husband is sick. Zacchaeus told that old lady that why you are keeping this husband, chuck him out, throw him out. He is sick. Terminal illness he got. There is no chance he will survive. Why you wasting the money? You borrowing the money from me, from others, and you invest, you putting that money, wasting that money in this on this man. Now he will definitely die because he is too sick to be fixed. Check him out. The woman cried and looked into the eyes of Zacchaeus very angrily. That Zacchaeus, what you talking about? What if your wife will one day get sick, terminally ill? What you will do? You will chuck your wife out of your house? And Zacchaeus said, without any delay, I will do that. Why I will waste my money on a woman who is of no use? A terminally ill wife is of no use. You can't do sex with her. She can't cook you food. She can't do the household job. She can't look after the children. Why I will even think twice for it? I will throw her out and marry a new woman. I am not stupid like you that I will waste the money on the sick wife. The woman looked at Zacchaeus and she felt very disgusting that what kind of man he is. Zacchaeus is a heartless man. We hate people who are heartless, but we forget why a person become heartless. In this society, in these cultures, what scope we left for a man? What scope is there for a man? How the man will become generous? when we are constantly insecure and want to get securities from everywhere, do you think this man will become generous? Are you generous? What last time you did any charity? When last time you thought for someone else before you? It is not your fault. It is the fault of this great capitalist societies. You are scared. You are unsecured. That is why constantly you just want to fill your bucket, fill your pockets. You don't think about other people. You don't think about the nature. You don't think about the world. You just want to grab as much as securities you want, you can. You are fearful, you are scared. That's why you are doing it. If Zacchaeus is doing it, it is not his fault. It is the fault of this materialistic society, of this capitalist, imperialistic society. People hate Zacchaeus because he is very, very horrible with people. If someone can't pay tax, he take their belongings or he take their women's. If a man can't pay tax, he ask the man that I have to, if you want to pay the tax, then send your wife to my house for few nights. Very, very lustful person, very, very heartless person, but sitting on the branch of the tree and looking at the master. Just like after many days a man spent in the desert without water is looking at the river. You cannot value water because you just drink the cup of water 1 hour ago, 2 hour ago, you just drink water. So water is not valuable for you. But imagine a man who is in the desert for many days. Imagine that man. For weeks he didn't drink a drop. When he will see the river, imagine that man. What he will do, he will jump into the river. He will submerge himself into the river. You are also thirsty, but your thirst is very pseudo thirst. You get thirsty, then you drink, you get again thirsty, then you drink again. Pseudo you become. Miserable life you are living, but you know there is no other way. And I have to adjust yoga and meditation and spirituality in this miserable life. You just want to adjust it. That's why you are very eager to change your spiritual name, change your clothes. Zacchaeus saw Jesus and he was listening, looking at the master and just listening. Everybody left, and Zacchaeus is still looking at Jesus and drinking each and every word which Jesus is speaking. Jesus looked at this man and he said, what are you doing up on the tree? Come down. Zacchaeus said, Master, don't ask me to come down again. Now let me sit on this height. I was down there for many, many years. Many, many years I am remain in the depth of the sorrow. Don't ask me to come down again. Jesus said, come down. He said, Master, I will not come down. Not again. Now let me remain on this height of bliss. Jesus looked at the students and Jesus asked his student, whatever I spoke today, does it bring any change in you? So Peter, he said, Master, every day you speak, almost same thing you speak every day, and we are habitual of listening it. So any new change you asking, especially from today's talk, is not visible. We can't see that something new you spoke today. Today you speak the same thing, but you generally speak to everyone every day. Jesus said that is why Zacchaeus don't want to come down now, because his life is changed. The woman was sitting there and he said, Jesus, this man is very cunning, this Zacchaeus. One day he recommended me to throw my husband out, my sick husband out. He is heartless man, Jesus. Don't think that he is a great man. He is heartless. I have seen, I have noticed. I have seen with so many people's, poor people's wife, he has slept for many, many nights as a form of interest, because those men cannot pay his interest, cannot pay tax to him. So he instead asked them to send their wives at his mansion, where he kept them as slave, abused them. So Jesus, this man is very bad. Jesus said, this man is bad and you, but you are. We think everyone else is bad, not we. I am great. I am a great person. I am a victim. I am a victim. I am pure. I am a victim. You can't believe me. Other person is a criminal. Other person is bad. That man, that woman is bad. That man is bad. I am very good. You always think that you are very good and others is bad. Jesus told this woman that you can't see what I am watching. Jesus asked Zacchaeus, come down. Zacchaeus came down. Jesus said, I am hungry. Zacchaeus said, Master, my house is just there. Come, please, come with me. Jesus went to his house. Lot of slaves he had. Very big house he had. Lot of wealth he had. Jesus looked at Zacchaeus and said, Zacchaeus, how long you gonna live like this? Zacchaeus said, Master, no long, no more. Show me the path, Master. I want to walk. Jesus said, come with me. Give what belongs to the people, give them. What belongs to you, take it. All these mundane materials, give to those who are interested in it. And what belongs to you, keep it. Except your bliss, nothing else belongs to you. Except of your calmness, nothing else belongs to you. These materials don't belong to you. These materials never belong to anyone. People in the past also tried to accumulate these materials, but they went empty handed. Zacchaeus, give what belongs to others and hold what belongs to you. Bliss is yours. This path of great enlightenment is yours. This path of great sadhana is yours. Hold it. And that which is not yours, give away. Zacchaeus start walking behind Jesus. In the meanwhile, Jesus asked the woman, will you not walk with me? The woman said, Jesus, there is no one in my house. How can I leave the house? That woman who is telling Zacchaeus is a bad man, now stuck with a house. And this bad man Zacchaeus left everything behind and walking on the path of enlightenment without carry any sense of insecurity with him. He gave away securities. He gave away what belongs, what wrong notion of belongings he have for the materials. He left that far behind and walking behind the master. Peter said, Master, this man is walking with you. Jesus said, Peter, don't be jealous of Zacchaeus, because Zacchaeus is 1,000 times ahead of you in the path of sadhana. Peter said, but Master, he just met you. Just couple of days ago he met you. How he is far more ahead of us. We are walking with you since a long time. Jesus looked at Peter. He said, Peter, what you had? Previously, when you start following me, what you had? Nothing. In the name of materials, you only had those broken nets and that broken boat on which you go for fishing. That's it. So what you left is nothing but he is living. He is living a ideal life. He is living an ideal materialistic life behind him. He had the courage of living it. That is why he is ahead of you. He didn't think twice. Oh, how can I leave my home? This house, this wealth, these luxuries. Peter, the cage he left is a golden cage. The cage you left is a broken iron cage. It is easy to leave iron cages, but he is left the gold cage, golden cage. Golden cage. Leaving golden cage is very, very difficult. Securities, job security, work security, security of the hours you are working. Securities of the days, you want to know which days you working, which hours you working. You want that, even that security you want. You will walk on the path of enlightenment. You will walk on the path of self-realization. Who is so much stuck in the securities? This path is certainly not for you. Pseudo path is for you. Just go to a yoga class. Do nowadays the teachers are there to teach you. They have done 200-hour teacher training course and now they are yoga teachers. They're teaching you. What they're teaching you and what you will learn, both is surprise. Go join a spiritual group, chant Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, that's it. Path of enlightenment is not for you. Path of enlightenment is for Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus, who lived materialistic life in its full and who lived spiritual life in its full. Means when he was living materialistic life, he don't care about any kind of ethics, he don't care about any kind of spirituality, he don't care any kind of religion, he is purely living a materialistic life. But when master came, he dropped the materialistic life in that next moment, in that very moment, and start living a spiritual life. You are neither you are living a materialistic life completely, nor you are living a spiritual life completely. You are in a limbo. You want some of materialistic life, you want some of spiritual life, you want some of religious life, you want some of securities, you want some of yoga, you want some of meditation. This is you want to live. That is why you end up even more miserable state, because you traveling in two boats at the same time. If you travel in one boat, 50% chance is there that you will make it to the shore. But if you travel in two boats, 100% chance that you will drown. Because the people who travel in two boats, they never make it to the shore. And people who travel on the one boat, 50% chance. Maybe they will make it to the shore, maybe they will drown. 50% chance is there. It is also not 100% chance. If you travel in one boat, doesn't mean that you will arrive on the shore. Maybe storms comes. Maybe waves will be too high. Maybe your boat will break. Maybe you will become tired. But 50% chance will be there to make it to the shore. But two boats travelers, they never make it to the shore. You're traveling in two boats. Some material, some securities you want. Work from home you want. Business you want. Digital nomadic life you want to live. I'm a digital nomad. Even if you go to Himalayas and you be a digital nomad, you will be remain miserable, because you carry some of your materials and some of the calmness of the Himalayas. It will be not going to serve you. You have to choose one boat. Which boat you want? And I know you will choose the most familiar boat. Materialistic boat is familiar to you. Sorrow is very familiar to you because most of your life you have lived in sorrow. So sorrow is more familiar than a unknown bliss, which Master is talking about, which Jesus is talking about. A great courage is required. A great courage is needed. Zacchaeus now walking on the path of enlightenment 100%. Now he is not carrying any fear of security behind him. He didn't say, Master, can I bring some wealth with me from my materialistic life? That's what you want. You want security. You want some kind of security, even to walk on the path of enlightenment, even to walk on the path of bliss, path of sadhana. You want some of the security. You want to know the security which days you working. You want to know the securities of working from home or business. And then you want to walk on the spiritual path too. And you will find those masters who knows that you are stupids, who knows that you are crazy, you are blindly chasing materials for so many years of your life, and you are miserable, and you don't even have a common sense of understanding that this material life will not going to give me any bliss anytime. If bliss would be there in this materialistic life, then you should have it far before. But see, sitting in your house today, you are miserable. There is no happiness in your life. But still, you have no courage to left this materialistic life, to left behind these insecurities, and to walk freely on the path. You instead will download a meditation app, which will tell you when to meditate, how to meditate, relaxation. Now lay down on the yoga mat, close your eyes, think your body is getting light, think you are becoming light now. This is stupidity you want. You will become light. You are full of burden of insecurities, and you think doing a guided meditation, and in that guided meditation the person will instruct you to be feel light, and you start feeling light also. You are making fool of yourself, which is not very difficult. You know it. To fool yourself is not very difficult. You say, from New Year I will stop smoking. So many New Years comes and goes, and you still smoking. From Christmas Day I will stop drinking. So many Christmases pass, and you become more and more drunkard. So many promises you make to yourself. Did you fulfill any promise? New Year resolutions you take. Zacchaeus is walking on this path like a lion. Jesus told Peter, Peter looked at him. What he left, if you still dream of it. If suppose you will get chance to get all the materials, you will choose that chance. You are walking with me, but with half heart. Jesus told Peter the day he was arrested by the Roman and Jewish authorities. He told Peter, when Peter said, Master, I will never betray you. Master, I will never leave you. I will never betray you. I will never refuse you. Jesus looked into the eyes of Peter and said, Peter, before the chicken will crows 3 times, you will betray me. You will deny me. Peter feel very surprised that what Master is speaking. Master knows when you will break. Master understands you. Master knows you. Maybe you walking with Master. Maybe all your pseudo tactics, pseudo calmness, pseudo cleverness you are using to fool Master. You will fool Master. A man who is fooling himself, how he can fool others? If you want to fool others, first of all, stop fooling yourself. But you are so busy in fooling yourself that you think you can fool Master also by showing your cunningness. Jesus told Peter, Peter, you start following me. One of the reason is what you had in your life. What else you had before following me? What you had? At least now you following me, you are getting food at the right time. You don't have to worry about catching fishes anymore. But look at Zacchaeus, why he is following me, why he is walking on this path. He got all the materialistic securities. He can have sex with new woman every night, but he left that behind. He can eat best of the food every night, but he left it behind. He can drink best of the alcohol, best of the wine every night, but he left it behind. He can have best of the materials available, but he left it behind. Why? Because he is now looking something more meaningful, something more blissful. So he is certainly more ahead than you. You worry about burying your father. When your father died, you worry about, you are asking me permission, Master, can I go bury my father? I have to stop you. I have to tell you that no, let the deads bury their deads. Look at Zacchaeus. So many wives are crying for him. So many children are crying for him. But look at him. He is walking now on this path of enlightenment. Attachment he broke. Attachments he left behind. Now he is singing. Now he is dancing. Now he is celebrating. Peter looked into the eyes of Jesus and he said, Master, certainly you are a jeweler. You know the diamond. From that day onwards, Zacchaeus never looked back. He kept progressing in the path of his sadhana with the Master. He find out the pure celebration. He realized celebration is not in drinking beer, drinking wine. Celebration is not celebrating a festival. Celebration is not accumulating materials. He realized celebration means leaving behind. Leaving behind what you holding very tight. On the day Peter understand that master jealousy is there in me, I feel jealous when I see Zacchaeus in couple of days progressing so much. Jesus told Peter, Peter, not in 2 days. It doesn't happen in 2 days. Don't think that Zacchaeus started his journey after meeting me. No, he already started his journey in the past life. Seeds, we notice sometimes in the dry weather, there is hardly anything grows around us. In the summers, all plants they become, the sunlight is so strong, many plants they died. But doesn't mean that they finish. Somewhere the seeds are now resting into the womb of the earth. Right moment it is waiting. The right moment it is waiting for. Monsoon comes, rain showers, and you see greenery everywhere. From where this green comes? From those seeds who are sleeping in the womb depth of the earth. When the water reaches there, they bloom, they blossom. Master is like rain. This world, this materialistic world is like a dry weather. Summer, scorching sunlights. Hardly anything can grow. When Master's rain, Master's drops reaches to the depth of the earth and touches those seeds sprouts. Jesus told Peter, many past lives, Peter, Zacchaeus is doing his sadhana. It is not necessary that you will start sadhana in this birth and in this birth you will attain enlightenment. Although that is the ideal possibility that a person should attain enlightenment in the same birth he started. But sometimes our ego is so powerful that it sabotaged our progress. Somehow a person distracted because material Maya is around us and dancing naked. Great Maya, this great visible materialistic world. With the topping of the capitalist mindset. Very hard for a person to find his way back to his true self. A person becomes distracted, confused, because mother father is saying something else, but inside it is sorrowful. People are telling you get the materials, you will be happy. You are trying it for whole your life, but you are not happy. So this Maya is very distracting. That is why my words doesn't reach to you, because my words have to first of all strike on the material protection you have around you. So this word have to first of all strike with it. More and more material mindset you will have, my words will be more difficult to reach to you. Although what I am speaking is simply clear, crystal clear, because I am not using any butter, any topping, any sugar coated truth. I am speaking blunt truth, very bitter truth. But this Maya, this power of materialistic society is so strong that it is very hard that someone can come over it. Very few Zacchaeus they understand. Very few Upaguptas they awake. Very few Kabira burn their house. Very few Jesus drop their tools. Very few Socrates choose the poison. Very few Buddhas accept the stones. Very few Zarathustras accepts the exile. Very few Lao Tses accepts the exiles. Very few, not many. चलती चक्की देख के दिया कबीरा रोए, दो पाटन के बीच में साबुत बचा न कोई. A man invited Master Kabira to his house. In those olden times, 17th century, Kabira was invited by someone that Master, please come to my house for dinner. Kabira accepted the invite. Master came and he saw that the wife of his student, the student who hosted Master, she is churning the rock grinder. In the rock grinder, there is a stable rock in the bottom and there is a movable rock which you move with a, after holding a handle, you move it around and it grinds the grain. So whole grain bread, whole grain roti, the student want to give to Master. In those time, whole grain roti is very expensive. Generally, people eat other grains, chickpeas roti, chickpea bread, maize, barley bread. But when Master he invites, so he want to give Master the best of the bread, best of the roti. And his wife is putting the whole grains in the hole on the top rock and then churning them, and the powder flour is coming out. After watching this, Kabira start crying very, very heavily, very, very loudly. He is crying. Everybody is surprised. Why are you crying? Master, best of the flour we are preparing to make bread for you, and you crying. Kabira said, I am not crying because you making the best of the roti for me. I am crying to see the seeds, the seeds which going into this, between these two stones. These seeds are going and grinding, and no seed is coming out ungrinded. All seeds grinded. This Maya, this materials, this materialistic world is so much heartless that each and every soul is grinded here. The spirit of the man is grinded. You hardly even now desire for enlightenment. All you desire is a secured life. All you desire today is a mortgage free house, a secured, a successful career, work from home freedom, digital nomad you want to become. You want to do business. You want to, nowadays they're using the new term, freedompreneur. Freedompreneur. Still you stuck in the financial freedom and you think you are freedompreneur. You only think about finance all the time. In the dream also you think about finance. How I will reach financial security. You hardly think about that I am celebrating this life. Today I will celebrate life. You hardly think about celebration. And you think you will become freedompreneur. Even after you will have all the financial security, still you will be miserable because that's what you are. And that's what you are cultivating. That is why Kabira is crying when he saw the grinding rocks, grinding the grains, not even the one grain coming out ungrinded, not even one human coming out from this grinding materialistic machine. Everybody is grinded. Is this will be the state of human existence? Is this what we are here for? To be grinded between these two rocks, the rock of expectations, the rock of attachment, this grinding machine of this materialistic capitalist society, which injecting fear in people that arrange securities, otherwise you will be insecure, otherwise what will happen to you? What will happen to you? You will become blissful. I am telling you, I see it. You are blissful as it is, who you are. You don't need any security. You don't need anything else more than your awakening. The student came and he said, Master, don't cry. I understand your message. Please enjoy the dinner. Kabira, start eating the dinner. Master, they hardly leave any opportunity to make you aware about your present state. The student surprised that 5 minutes ago master is crying and look at him now, he is enjoying. Master enjoys, that is his natural state of bliss. When master cries, he cries to see you, that you standing near the river and dying with thirst. That is why master's heart sometimes cries. Not for himself, but for you. When you will awake, there will be a time when you will be awake? Will you continuously live in sorrow? Will you never come out from your misery? Even Zacchaeus got awakened. Are you even worse than Zacchaeus? Zacchaeus is heartless. Are you worse than Zacchaeus? Zacchaeus is lustful. Are you worse than Zacchaeus? Zacchaeus is dancing, is celebrating. Peter looked at Master's face and he said, Master, certainly this Zacchaeus deserve thy enlightenment more than I. Certainly Zacchaeus deserve enlightenment before me because I have to still do lot of work. Rather than jealous of Zacchaeus, I should understand, contemplate. Master gives you lot of opportunity to contemplate, but you missed every opportunity. Peter is not that stupid. Peter understand. Master gave him a opportunity to contemplate, to realize. Master doesn't want you to worship him. Master doesn't want you to praise him because you are cunning. Master knows. Remember, you praise your wife in the past, you praise your husband in the past, and after divorce, you divorce because you don't praise them anymore. You are cunning. You praise your boss in front of the boss. You praise your clients, even though when your clients are not good, even then you praise them. You are cunning. To just seek the approval of the people, you praise them. Peter, understand that lot of work is there needed to be done. Without the sense of jealousy, Peter looked at Zacchaeus and thanked Zacchaeus that Zacchaeus, a lot I learned from you. Sometimes I miss the materials, but when I saw you, since you made master, you are in bliss. You left every material behind. And you are celebrating. And here I am without any celebration and carry ego, carry jealousy for other students of the master. I thank you that you came to our path, to this path of enlightenment, because there is so much I can learn from you. First thing I learn from you is to sit in one boat. First thing which I will now do is sit in one boat. Path of enlightenment is for those who will sit in one boat. path of sadhana is for those who will sit in one boat. Those who want to sit in two boats, Byron Bay is there. Enjoy. Pseudo spiritual life, change your name, change your color of your clothes, shave your head or grow your long hairs or whatever they tell you. Join that fake spiritual community, feel that you are calm, pseudo calm, and remain miserable. Complement your materialistic life with your spiritual life. Burn in expensive incense, soy candles, buy linen clothes, become vegan, start fighting with the garlic and onions, and read some spiritual books. Next day, look for the material securities, because that is what you want. You don't want enlightenment. You just want a complementary pseudo spiritual life which can complement your miserable materialistic life. That's it. My words are not for those people who are on the path of enlightenment because they want to complement their materialistic life with meditation. This path, what I'm talking about, is only for those Zacchaeus who want to travel in one boat, the boat of bliss. Only the inner bliss, no materialistic bliss. Materialistic bliss, you already have so much. Good luck with that bliss. Your misery will not going to finish, it will increase day by day. I am not here to support you in complementing your miserable materialistic life. I am here to only to give guidance to those people who are truthful to themselves and who are ready to walk on the path of enlightenment without any doubt, who are sick of this mundane material sorrow. And I invite Zacchaeus. Any Zacchaeus there? Any Zacchaeus there? I'm calling. Is there any Zacchaeus? Is there any Zacchaeus left? With this line, I will rest my words. Namaste. पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ओम तत्सत। नमस्ते।